Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 AlphaStar video. We have got ourselves AlphaStar in the top left-hand side of the map. AlphaStar playing Zerg, I think a race that it really excels at, easily in its top 3, no doubt. Now, as far as AlphaStar's opponent goes, in the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have got a Diamond player. A Diamond Terran player. And before you guys say, oh, AlphaStar is playing Diamond players, well, for starters, there's a lot of AlphaStar versus Diamond replays out there. And second of all, you can't bad talk these Diamond heroes. We've seen a few Diamond heroes here and there. The last game, a Diamond player actually played Race Mech versus AlphaStar's Protoss. That one was something different. I did not expect the game to go like that, but it did. And so these games are worth watching just in case we discover anything new about the AI. I mean, for all we know, AlphaStar will just roll the Diamond player, or the Diamond player will, I don't know, make a blunder or something, or AlphaStar will make a derp, but we never know until we watch it. And on this channel, we're going to watch every single AlphaStar game. And I hope some of you guys are down with that and are going to make the journey with me. Now, we have got a very interesting build from the Diamond player. I wasn't even looking at this right out the gate, but this Diamond player has already gone for double gas, so he's mining off 4 gases. He's going to go right into a factory. And this is like a TVP build or a TVT build. This is not a TVZ build. Terran is incredibly limited as far as one base cheeses go against Zerg, just due to the nature of how Zerg works. And I guess it's tough to exactly say, but the best way to describe it would be that you have to get so much damage done against a Zerg who just goes for like a hatchery first in order to slow them down compared to how much you're slowed down on one base, because Zerg has an economy that can really boost up, and then it gets out of control if you one base. So I'm kind of excited to see what this Diamond Terran's going to do. I'm wondering if it's going to be like a BC rush or something like that. He's getting a tech lab on this factory right away, so we'll see. My money's on a battle cruiser rush, like the earliest a battle cruiser rush can possibly be. Reaper moves on in for the Diamond player. He's going to micro this as well as he can, make sure the Zerg's not trying to kill him. But AlphaStar, I don't think it cheeses Terran too much. It does a lot of Ling Floods against Protoss. Even in ZVZ, it does timing attacks. It doesn't do too many timing attacks against Terran, I feel. Now, this Marine is trying to push this Overlord away. Going to start lighting him up like the 4th of July. And then, yeah, let's see. I mean, that starport is done. It's going to be a Viking. Okay, a Viking, a siege tank. No fusion core. What is this? What is this Diamond player playing at? He's also going to get AlphaStar's Overlord, by the way. AlphaStar, not expecting the one Marine, I guess, to kill its Overlord. But then the siege tank and just nothing else being made for the Terran yet is super duper odd. Like, this is so odd. I mean, I dig the Viking to kill the Overlords. But how conservative this Terran player is playing, I don't really know what to say. Like, he's just put himself behind, and he doesn't have any really redeeming factor that I see yet. So this is just a good example of how in Diamond League, like, there can be huge discrepancies in the skill level. Like, I don't doubt that this Diamond player plays like this probably in most of his matchups, and so he's playing against other players who are just facing versus this, and he's had quite a good rank. I mean, Diamond is no slouch, that's for sure. You got to play a good amount of Starcraft to be a Diamond player. Now, this player, I mean, besides the CC first, it's not that odd of a build. Like, he's not gone for Hellions, which are quite common in TVZ. He's not gone for, I mean, he's scouted out with his Reaper. He's going for a Banshee, which is pretty common in TVZ. He's getting up to 3rd CC. So, I mean, I dig this in a sense. I just don't dig the order he went about it. Like, if he went just for, like, a Reaper expand into the defensive tank, into the Banshee, into the 3rd CC, I'd be like, alright, that's good. But now he's pretty far behind on the economy already. despite not really having made any major errors besides his build. Like, if we take a look at the supply, AlphaStar is already doubling this Terran supply, and he hasn't lost a single unit. It just goes to show how important macro is. Like, I know AlphaStar is building roaches, and this could potentially be for an attack, but like, this is so odd. This is an odd build from the Terran. However, he will secure his natural base. He's got the 1 siege tank out. He's got a Banshee. He's going into a fusion core now and getting up double armory. This is just like a freestyling Terran. So the Banshee shows up at the natural base of AlphaStar. There's actually essentially no anti-air. So AlphaStar is going to be going for a big attack, it would seem. The Banshee going to kill the first queen. Spore Crawlers start at the natural. We'll see how well this Diamond player micros his Banshee, because it is tough at a lower level to micro a Banshee while doing everything else. It is not easy to control a Banshee, as they can be kind of fragile. Then you're on a timer to get damage done before the Spore is done. So this player just pulls his Banshee back home, all the while building a fusion core, another siege tank, getting up his natural, but not really mining from it yet. He's got to lower that wall. And yeah, then starts vehicle plating, starts ship weapons. We see another Banshee on the way. Is it going to be for Hyperflight rotors? So is AlphaStar going to get some Banshee payback? We see how well AlphaStar uses Banshees essentially every match that it plays Terran. Now it's going to be facing some Banshees, so a little bit of justice. Justice could be what we get now. Ladies and gentlemen, though, seeing as how we are 6 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, let's go for, I don't know. Let's pick a random number here. Let me just roll a dice. No, I don't have a dice on my desk, but that would be a good one for guessing the amount of likes. But let's say the Diamond player is at 45 supply at 6-7 minutes into the match. Pretty low for supply, but you know, let's aim for that number in likes. 45 likes. And of course, if you watch these AlphaStar videos but haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it helps the channel. Now, enough of that. AlphaStar moving out on the map with its roaches, just making more roaches. Getting a very late lair, I'll say. Like, that is quite a late lair for the Zerg. However, if we take a look at this right now, the Terran player has quite quickly gone from taking his natural to taking his third base. He's going to be mining all the gas, only on 29 SCVs. He's making a battle cruiser. He's got a few Banshees. This is such an odd play here from the Diamond player. Now, some iterations of AlphaStar, though, don't really understand the concept of how important anti-air is. So there's a chance, I'll say, that AlphaStar is going to derp hard, and this Diamond hero could potentially just capitalize on mass air to beat AlphaStar. Because we see the Zerg's going to be coming in with these slow roaches, with all these lings to be hitting the third, maybe the natural. However, the Banshees are here. There's going to be a battle cruiser out. So in theory, there's a timer on AlphaStar's attack. We'll see how much damage the AI is able to get here before the Banshees can clean everything up. 1 siege tank already going to be very exposed. SCV is going to be going down at the third base. And the Terran really can't afford to, or can't justify losing any more SCVs, as he's already down to only 30, 8 minutes into the game, which, for those of you unaware, is a very, very low number. Aspire is on the way as well after this for AlphaStar, so it's like, okay, you're doing mass air shenanigans. That's the only thing I need to really focus on. These Banshees are going to kill a few roaches, but they would have to kill essentially all the roaches to even up the supply difference. All the roaches and the Ravagers. Crocodile getting tossed down. AlphaStar wants to hit these Banshees. Just gotta run with the roaches and Ravagers. Get to a Spore, wait for your Spire to get out AlphaStar, and then you'll be laughing. Now, the Diamond player gonna re-secure his third base. Okay, let's take a look here. Zerg Carapace on the way for AlphaStar. I mean, AlphaStar is just up so much supply. The Terran player has just stopped building SCVs. He does not believe in building SCVs. As I say that, he fires up 3 more, which will bring him to a grand total of over 30. But you gotta keep making SCVs. Like, this guy is the anti-AlphaStar. Make SCVs as little as possible, he says, because you just don't need them, whereas AlphaStar says always make the SCVs. Despite the very reduced economic capacity of the Diamond player, he's able to pump out 3 BCs at a time right now. And 3 BCs that are going to have 2-2 is no joke. Like, this could actually seriously mess up AlphaStar. AlphaStar is making mutts. But Mutt-Mutts, they don't counter battle cruisers. You guys have seen, you guys may have seen the end of, like, the Brood War campaign in which mutas are flying after the battle cruiser. They're flying, I can't remember the ship's name, the something or other, like the United Earth Directorate main capital ship. If you guys happen to see essentially what happens there, like, the mutas chase the BC, but they'd never actually kill it if it was a game of Starcraft 2. Alright, so the mutas are going to come on in here. And I do apologize to everyone. Unfortunately, I have to have my phone on essentially 24/7, meaning that because I got to be able to take any calls in case I got to go do something. But the battle cruisers actually teleport right into the main base of AlphaStar. They're going to be just absolutely slaughtering it. The Spire has already been killed. AlphaStar is going to build some spores. The mutas kill the third base of AlphaStar's opponent. So both these players taking massive damage. However, there really is still no answer to these BCs, which are just firing. AlphaStar has an insane economy, but hasn't rebuilt a Spire, hasn't started making mass queen or mass spores. AlphaStar doesn't know what it's doing with making air unit, anti-air units. If we take a look here, the natural base of the Diamond player is being ravaged. He's probably going to lose another command center. He's got a third one rebuilding, but I don't know what to say for AlphaStar. We're seeing more spores on the way. We need more and more spores. AlphaStar has 1,600 minerals. That should be like 20 spores getting built to defend versus these BCs, because AlphaStar is dealing tons of damage to its opponent. The BCs teleport back to face the mutas. The mutas, though, have already done huge economic damage to AlphaStar's opponent. Most of the remaining SCVs will go down. The mutas, though, they're going to have to hightail it out of here from these BCs. Either that or they are going to take a fight they will lose. Yeah, there we go. The BC is going to chase away the mutas. Yes. All right, 3-3 on the way here for the Diamond player. So his BCs are actually going to be incredibly tanky. AlphaStar's anti-air is not really going to cut it against this many BCs, I feel. We haven't seen a Spire rebuild. I heard the sound of a BC teleport as the mutas are being pursued by these battle cruisers, by these capital ships. Maybe they're just going to try and get around the BCs to execute a full-on base trade. The Diamond player is rebuilding his natural base. He's got a third base floating over there. However, if we take a look right now, the Roaches and Ravagers trying to land Crossballs. Well, the mutas hit the natural. They're going to delay this CC. We'll see what else they're able to do. If they can force back AlphaStar's opponent. This is such a derpy game. This is a bit of a low game. I'm going to admit it here. Yeah, a Hydra Den is on the way for AlphaStar, which will allow AlphaStar to make anti-air units, not just spore crawlers. So 10 Hydras on the way is the start of an anti-air fleet for AlphaStar, or not a fleet. What do you call a group of Hydras? An anti-air, I don't know, a conglomerate of Hydras? What is a group of Hydras called? There's got to be a term for it. Now, AlphaStar is coming on in with the mutas. The Diamond player was trying to get up some turrets. However, the mutas dispatched a few of those. They're also going to find the third base, most likely, which could lead to a couple of SCVs kills. More spores are building for AlphaStar. Hydras are on the way. Once there's enough Hydras, these BCs can be challenged. The Hydras do at least a +2 attack, so they will put out a decent amount of damage against the BCs. The mutas have essentially knocked the Diamond player down to a 2 orbital command with 4 SCV economy, which ain't good. All the while, the Diamond player is having a tough time dealing enough damage to actually repay what he's received to AlphaStar. He's floating around with the BCs looking for any damage he can possibly get. But these BCs really are just it for the Diamond player. He's sitting back at home too much. This base here, right here, the third base for AlphaStar, is the stronghold. We're seeing more and more Hydras get made for AlphaStar, currently up to 17. 20 now. 20 is within the realm that beats BCs, or 6 BCs in a fight. You probably need like 25 before I'd say it would be a really decisive fight. or decisive victory. But if AlphaStar can, say, get up a few more Hydras, get them all together, I don't believe the BCs could win that fight. And right now, the Diamond player is actually splitting up his BCs, so he's got to be really careful about this. There's Spore Crawlers as well. It's going to be tough for him to break this. However, he is finding some Hydras that are on their own. They're just going to have to run away, but they will be gunned down. The rest of the Hydras are coming in for AlphaStar. They will end up pulling back, though. The Mutas might even come in to help with the fight here. We are seeing the battle go down. One of the BCs is getting injured. It's not teleported out. There goes a sixth of the Terran player's army. Well, another of the BCs does get teleported out, so it escapes, and the BCs will actually win this fight. I kind of underestimated BCs. Wow, those battle cruisers with 3-3 are really good. I guess the Hydras only having 2-1 were drastically down on upgrades. I'm still not saying AlphaStar is necessarily done here. I mean, the economy is still far better for AlphaStar with 29 workers to 7. There is Spore Crawlers defending this third base, which are tougher to crack than just those Hydras. And there's also a counterattack going down with this one Zergling. Kills off a 7th of the Terran's economy, a 7th of the Terran's SCVs. Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a scrappy game, but if we take a look, the Hydra Den of AlphaStar will go down. That's going to end the anti-air production. AlphaStar is going to have to rebuild a Hydra Den or make a Spire. I honestly think just going with the Hydras is probably the best bet. Again, Hydras are queens. As building up a Corruptor fleet that challenges battle cruisers, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of units. Now, the Hydras are going to come in. They're going to try and focus down the injured battle cruiser. If they can even get one, this was a worthwhile engagement for AlphaStar. The BC is injured, and it does go down. So a good trade there for AlphaStar. However, the Diamond player has managed to squeeze out one more BC. He's going to be back up to 5 despite losing that one. AlphaStar is rebuilding a spawning pool. It's lost its lair, so it can't make a Hydra Den. It can't even make spores, so AlphaStar is just making infestors. And it's not often that we see a lot of infestors for AlphaStar. So that's already a little bit odd here. Like, yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this one here for good old AlphaStar. AlphaStar technically up in supply, still on a better economy. But this is like full-on derp. We are seeing AlphaStar play at basically a diamond level, I'd say. All AlphaStar games were played on the old patch, FYI. They haven't updated AlphaStar to play on the new patch or released any content from it. So there is still Infested Terran, which are pretty good. Tosses out a couple. This one old Infested Terran could potentially take on these 3 battle cruisers, as old Infested Terrans were pretty good with their infested rockets, but it is going to time out. The Diamond player very intelligently waiting till the threat passes. A lair is being rebuilt. A queen is on the way. Double lair for AlphaStar, but yeah, I think the AI is actually going to lose this one. This is going to be the throw of the century here for AlphaStar. Losing just mass air, showing us once again that turtling to tier 3 units is not a bad strategy against the AI. And yeah, I mean, I think AlphaStar has just done so. Gonna lose the lair, doesn't really have any units. I mean, GG, AlphaStar knocked out by a diamond player. These diamond heroes just know how to take on the lower iterations of AlphaStar. Moving on after that, I'm gonna say it, that was honestly just garbage from AlphaStar. Holy cow, that was atrocious on both sides. All due respect, the diamond player did manage to beat incredibly expensive gaming AI, so more power to him. And he has that under his belt. But I don't think it would take on some of the higher iterations of AlphaStar. Now, this time we have ourselves a Masters Protoss, though. Gonna be taken on AlphaStar, also playing Protoss, so a good old AlphaStar PvP. We'll see what the shenanigans look like. Already an interesting wall from the Masters player, including his pylon, and it is not something that you do in PvP. AlphaStar, also interestingly though, doesn't really go for a wall off in PvP, which is also unusual, so we have got ourselves... Today is the oddball day. Today is the oddball AlphaStar day. Although, to be fair, most days are at least a little odd. Probe is going to move across the map for AlphaStar. Interestingly, pauses on the ramp outside the base of AlphaStar's opponent. Just sort of just waiting All the while the Masters player has his probe here on lock, but it's like, what is that going to do? Is he waiting to start a Cybercore because he hasn't gone for a second gate? Neither has AlphaStar. This is just a one gate versus one gate. Cybercore goes up for the Masters player. He's on double gas, throws up a pylon in his back mineral line. So a full wall off from the Masters player. He's going to try and hide his tech here. The probe for AlphaStar did not get in. It's going to be getting tased. So AlphaStar is effectively in the dark. But then again, on the flip side of the coin, so is the Masters player because he doesn't know what AlphaStar is doing. However, I'm guessing the human player is going to be up to a Stargate or something more cheesy. He's got the resources for a Stargate, though, so you want to start that ASAP as soon as that Cybercore is done. Where's the Stargate? Stargate! Oh, will we see double Stargate? No, we'll see a Stargate and a Robo, of course, silly. No Warp Gate, no early units or anything for the Masters player. Just right into a Robo and a Stargate. What on earth is that? Oh man, what if this is something like super sick? Like an Immortal Void Ray push. Just right from your main, across the map, one base. AlphaStar would never see it coming. AlphaStar would never see it coming because that would just be too bizarre. A single Adept is on the way for AlphaStar and still no wall off, so like the AI itself is opening up considerably aggressive. Shield Battery is on the way for the Masters player, so I guess to defend his main base mineral line, he's going to have resources. It's going to be a Phoenix, so one base Phoenix, interestingly, goes for a Shield Battery even though he has Phoenix out, which will counter a potential Oracle coming in, I guess in case he eventually moves out with the Phoenix. He's then also going for an Immortal, so it is going to be Immortal Phoenix off of one base for this Protoss player. Arguably called Protoss Mech, but I don't even... Protoss doesn't have Mech. Just, it's just Protoss doing Protoss things. We take a look here. Two Adepts are going to shade up this ramp. Immortal is going to be popping on out. Phoenix on the way for both players. We'll see how well AlphaStar understands the Phoenix versus Phoenix game, which is kind of odd, I'll say. Whether AlphaStar will play it well or not. It's already got an Expo up going for double gas, so when it comes to double Phoenix, having double the gas income of your opponent is very important. Now we take a look here. Protoss player gonna kill off his pylon, so he's gonna be able to get out. We'll see if he expands. He's just gonna keep making Phoenix, but AlphaStar is still just making Phoenix right now, and it is just Phoenix versus Phoenix. The Masters player has ever such a slight lead, but I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hard work for him to defeat AlphaStar if AlphaStar just keeps making the proper amount of Phoenix. We'll see if AlphaStar throws up a second Stargate or gets anything else that will benefit its Phoenix. We do take a look, though. A Nexus is on the way for the Masters player. Delayed compared to AlphaStar's by a huge margin. AlphaStar is already at 41 workers against the Masters player's 24. Once again, we're seeing AlphaStar just have a clear economic lead. And yeah, that's what AlphaStar really is. It's a worker builder bot, as it just makes so many workers that it can get away with other questionable decisions, questionable plays. No extra Stargate on the way for either player just yet. None for AlphaStar, which would be the main thing, but AlphaStar, of course, can also produce other units, like it's made a couple Stalkers now. It can potentially throw up a third base. We're seeing a Phoenix clash in the middle of the map. It looks like AlphaStar actually just has a superior number, though, and the Phoenix of the Masters player just caught out on the map. This is just going to be like a total just KO for AlphaStar. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That is not an acceptable way to play PvP, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. This has been LaughNgamez. This was honestly a tough one. This was a tough one in my quest to watch every AlphaStar game. Like, game number 1, really painful. This one, painful, but at least a little bit shorter. Yeah, join the Discord, subscribe to the channel. Thanks to those of you that are members. And also, slight update regarding the live streams. If I do live streams, I'm probably not going to leave the VODs on the channel because I feel like it'll really bog down the channel, particularly if I live stream around the time which I put up a video as well, and I don't want to basically overwhelm YouTube with too much StarCraft. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This has been LaughNgamez.